Thank you, everybody. Thank you, and welcome to the grand opening of the Toronto Blue Jays Rehab Center for Battered and Broken Baseball Players. Now, unfortunately, we are filled to capacity right now with our own players, but it is our hope to one day have a few of the 100 or so rooms inside not be occupied by members of the Toronto Blue Jays playing staff. Hi guys, I'm Aussie and welcome to Season 4, Episode 4 of the Toronto Blue Jays. Today we have the first year player draft, a game against the Cleveland Indians, and a tour of the injury ward. We are absolutely ravaged by injuries. The big one, the worst one by far, is Anderson Espinoza, 12 months with a torn UCL. I don't know if that's a shoulder or a knee injury. Either way, 12 months is serious. It's a real shame because he's been, not so much this season, but he had been really reliable for us last year. He's a very good pitcher indeed, and we're really going to miss him. And if he doesn't come back fit and firing, then it's going to be a massive shame, basically. So Anderson Espinoza is out injured. Other guys that have gone down injured since last episode, Alex Reyes is out with a strained hamstring. That shouldn't affect him too bad long term, so he should be back ready, post All-Stars game, I would imagine. And the other injury, which is a bit of a pain in the backside, is Khalil Lee. He has a fractured foot. 2 to 3 weeks he is out for. Hopefully he'll come back, just fit and firing at the end of that time. We have Nate Pearson coming back shortly. He's got 4 more days before we're expecting him back from shoulder inflammation. So it'll be good to have him back. And that does mean, of course, that Vlad Jr. and Rowdy Tellez have returned from injury. Now, the players that have been called into the team, into the bullpen, we've called in Turner Larkins. Now, he has done really well in AAA for 3 years. So he's definitely earned his chance in the majors, so hopefully he takes it with both hands and we don't, maybe we never look back. And the other person that's come in is Curtis Taylor, someone who should be better at looking at his attributes than he maybe is. So we'll give him a chance and see how he goes whilst Reyes is out injured. And in terms of actual players, pitchers are obviously actually players, but Tellez, as I said, Tellez and Guerrero Jr. have come back in. We've also called into the team Brock Lundqvist, so he's in to replace Khalil Lee, basically. And out of the team has gone Gurriel Jr. and Noda, the sort of first baseman, has obviously dropped out because we've had two new first basemen in. And obviously that frees Beatty up to go back into left field. We have other options to back up left field, so Gurriel Jr. has dropped back out as well. That is that. Let's have a look at how the team has got on since last episode, and it hasn't been too bad, to be honest. It could have been a lot worse. We had a series against the Royals. We lost game 1, won game 2, and then game 3 we lost this one very, very late on. 8th and 9th innings we leaked a couple of runs, and that ended up costing us defeat, which is frustrating. Snell did okay, but it was Junior Fernandez with the loss who kind of stuffed up again. He's not covering himself in glory as a closer, to be honest. Then we played the Texas Rangers. We won game 1 in the 10th, but that doesn't tell the whole story. A 2-run home run by Peraza in the 9th got us level, and then it was Randall Grichuk with a solo home run in the 10th that got the win for us, and it was a pinch-hitting solo home run as well for Randall Grichuk, so excellent stuff from him. And Craig did quite well getting the start in that one as well. Then we lost game 2, which was a bit of a pain in the backside. This is where we lost it in the 9th. Look at that, 3 runs in the 9th. But this is where Vlad Jr. came back from injury. First at bat, top of the first, 2-run home run. So it's good to have Vlad back in that sort of form. Unfortunately, we didn't really do too much else the rest of the game. But again, in the 9th, it was Fernandez giving up 3 earned runs, and it was Vargas that actually blew the save. So that's a frustrating loss, that one, no doubts about that. And game 3 was a nice, comfortable win for us. Then we played Tampa Bay. We've actually swept them, which is brilliant because they're sort of second in the division. They were at the time of playing them. Game 3 here, you can see it was the 14th innings, and it was Brock Lundqvist that got the winning RBI for us. So really good to see him coming in there. You can see we're trying Inciarte back again at the top of the order. We're a little bit of a shambles with these injuries, but I tell you what, if we can get them now and not in the postseason like we did last year, then I think we'll all just about take that, won't we? So that is where we stand. Oh no, we had one game against the Cleveland Indians, which we've lost, and we lost quite badly actually. Less said about that, the better. Quick look at the update of the standings, and we're still top of the division somehow, despite not really being in fantastic form for what feels like half the season at this point. The Orioles are second, the Rays are third, along with the Yankees and the Red Sox. We have a nice, a 6-game gap is nothing to sneeze at. And we're still, one of the better teams in baseball as well. We're just not quite at our usual standards. But again, injuries are definitely taking their toll on us. Now, before we get to this first-year player draft, a quick update of the All-Star voting. Maguire is still second amongst catchers. If we go down, Vlad Jr. is top amongst third basemen, despite the fact he's played at first base all season. If we keep going down, do we have anybody else there? I think there is one or two others. I think we go down to pitchers, and we see Blake Snell and Nate Pearson, second and third in the voting. And Espinosa is top of the voting of relievers, but obviously his season has come to an end, which is a little bit disappointing. All right, let's have a look at this first-year player draft. So if we're looking at players that we would like to get in, there's a Canadian here. I always think it's nice to get the Canadians in at the Toronto Blue Jays, so we could potentially have a look at him. If we look at OSA ratings, sometimes, I'm not saying they're better, but they show more players. It looks as though this guy is going to be the main guy to go. Obviously, we come in quite late, so I don't want to. This is just batters as well. Let's try all players. Sorry. We'll kind of see what's left when we get there. Another Canadian here, which could be worth a look. But yeah, like I say, I'm not going to get too hung up on what's available till we get to where we go. So we want to go auto draft. I know we want this one, don't we? To next pick by Toronto. Here's what's available. There is that Canadian. Do we want our first round draft pick to be a reliever? He could potentially be a starter though, couldn't he? All right, so let's go with that. Let's get the Canadian in. Is he likely to sign? Where does it say that? School is from Michigan and Ann Arbor, so he's just across the river from Canada. So normal. Yeah, okay, so let's do that. That works. All right. Let's go again here. Let's see what the scouting director says. He says Mike Bronk Rock. I do love the name Mike Rock. That has a certain ring to it. A starting pitcher. All right. Let's go with the Rock. Next round. Scouting director recommendation. He's going for Brad Lara. What if it's any relation to Brian? OSA ratings like him. All right. Well, I guess we'll go with the... It says extremely hard. Let's just go with him and see what happens. I think I really show up the fact that I don't really understand drafts. I mean, I don't really understand a lot about baseball, but drafts particularly are just something that goes completely over my head. It's not what I've been brought up with. Sigmund Winter, or just Winter, given that he's not German or Dutch. So let's get him in. We could always do with a catcher. Next pick. Art, this guy. Strictly bullpen. He really has 2 pitches, doesn't he? Let's see what scouting director says. Jim Jacobs. Jim Jacobs is a shortstop that's not very good, so I'm going to say it's a no from me on that one. Let's just go with this guy. Yeah, let's just go with it, see what happens. Next pick, scouting director recommendations. There's a guy here that might almost be ready in center field. I mean, he's not, but he might be. All right, so let's go with, what's he say? John Gilreath. Sure. I think we're getting towards the guys that are probably never going to make it here. We'll do 1 or 2 more rounds, and then we might look to head off and see the lineups for this game today. Scouting director recommendation. He says Jordan Thompson. Jordan Thompson is a shortstop. I mean, he's better than the last guy he recommended, isn't he? So, sure, we'll go with that. And we might just do 1 more round, and then we'll leave it. What does he say? He says Ty from... Just say it confidently, no one will know the difference. All right, he looks OSA ratings like him, so let's go with that. And let's check these lineups for the game against Cleveland Indians. Alright, and here we go. It is all change in the lineup. Bo Bichette leads us off at shortstop. William McQuaid bats second at second. He is refinding his form massively. 12 home runs he has now, 34 RBIs. He's really, really coming on nicely. Vlad Jr.'s back. He's at first base, bats third. Rowdy Tellez at designated hitter, he cleans up. Matt Beattie in left field. terrible today, aren't I? He bats 5. Jordan Groshans bats 6. He's at third base. It's Reese Maguire, the catcher, batting 7. Randall Grishak in right field bats 8. Billy Hamilton, the centre fielder, bats 9. Jon Duplantier takes the mound for us today, and he's having a good year. ERA of just over 3, whip of just over 1. Let's hope he keeps that form up. We're up against left-handed Scott Moss. Doesn't have the best control, but other than that, he's not too bad. ERA... Excuse me, ERA this season of 4.65, a whip of 137, ERA plus 105, a WAR of 1.3. He's okay, isn't he? Let's hope we're better. Alright, and here we go, at home to the Indians. We lost game 1 of the series. It's Allen to lead them off, batting 237. Duplantier, as I said, on the mound. He's having a good year, so let's hope that continues here. We're still in a decent position. It's the injuries that are killing us. But as I said, Pearson's on his way back. Espinosa's a big loss for the year, but ultimately, excuse me, if you've got to lose someone, a bullpen pitcher, that's an error by Grosjean to lead us off. If you do have to lose a player from somewhere, the bullpen is probably where you'd choose it to be. Berardi comes in to bat for them now, batting 258 this year. Runner at first, of course. Duplantier gets the pop-up. Hamilton comes in. Runner should stay at first, and that will be one away. Belatedly, but we got there. Francesco Lindor batting 284 this season. 12 home runs he has. Full count. Duplantier gets another pop-up. Grishak is there. Hamilton's there. Don't collide, boys. Hamilton makes the play. That's 2 away. Runner still at first. It brings up Nolan Jones, who has 17 home runs this season, batting 266. 1 and 2's the count. That's barely left the batter's box, and it's an easy play at first there for the catcher, Maguire. And that gets us out of the first innings with the error. We don't pay a price for it. And Bo Bichette leads us off, batting 251 this season. Come on, Bowie boy. Let's see what he can do. Bo Bichette pops it up into right field, and that will be 1 away. Unless there's a horrible error, but I think I could catch that, so he should be fine. There it is. It brings up William McQuaid, batting 214. In a hot streak, though. 2 and 1 is the count. What can William do? McQuaid, does he get it through? Oh, is that a catch? What a catch that is. Very nicely done by the second baseman, unlucky. And it's Vlad Jr., good to have him back, batting 392 this season. 0 and 2's the count, 2 out, no one on. Have a swing, Vlad. He does, he grounds at the shortstop, and it's a very, very quick first innings for us. We're through 1, tied at 0s. No one has a hit as of yet. Derek Dietrich comes in to bat for them, in a slump, but batting 225 this season. 1 and 2's the count, and Duplantier absolutely beams him. And for the second time, the leadoff man is aboard. This time, Duplantier is very much to blame for that, though. Dozier comes in now. He's batting 241 this year. 1 and 0 is the count. They look to lay down a bunt. Can we get the man at second? We can't. 1 away, but runner in scoring position now. Tyler Freeman comes up, batting 288 this season. What can Duplantier do with him? 2 and 2's the count. He gets a strikeout. That's big. A big strikeout. 2 away now. Can we get Brian Buxton at the plate and get on with this innings? Batting 220 this season is their centre fielder. 2 and 2. And it's another strikeout. Duplantier is having a good season. We've waited long enough for it, but he's having one. Rowdy Tellez comes in. Good to have him back as well. Batting 279 this season. 1 and 1's the count. Come on, Rowdy. Rowdy Tellez rips it into right field. And that is the first hit of the ball game. A leadoff single for Rowdy Tellez. And now Matt Beattie comes in, batting 232 this season. Full count on Beattie, and Beattie draws the walk. 2 on, no one out, and it's Jordan Groshans. I'm sure looking to make up for his error in the top of the first. He's batting 264 this season. Groshans. He's having a poor day. No, just the one. Beattie breaks up the double play. Runners at the corners then with 1 out for Reese Maguire, the catcher, batting 274. 2 and 0 is the count. Maguire. He's popped it up. Can Tellez tag and come home? He's not the quickest, is Rowdy. Is he going to beat it? I think he is. He is. A sac fly for Maguire. Gives us a second innings lead. Runner stays at first, and it's Randall Grishak. Approaching a milestone, he has 496 hits for the Blue Jays. Make that 497 as he rips it down to right field. Now, is that possibly going to score Groshans from first? He's going for it. He is going to get there. An RBI double for Randall Grishak. Gives us a second run of the innings. Billy Hamilton now comes in, batting 263 this season. Having a good year with the bat is old Billy Hamilton. And there's another one. Is that going to score another run? Surely Grishak's going to come in and score. It's an RBI double for Hamilton this time. He slides into second. A third run comes across the plate. And it's going to be Bo Bichette now. Still with Hamilton at second to try and keep this going. He's 0 for 1 today, is Bo. 2-1's the count. Bo Bichette grounds at the shortstop. Run, Bo. He can't beat it out. But 3 runs cross the plate in the second. We have a 3-run lead. And let's see if Duplantier can hang on to this for us now. Tom Murphy comes up to bat. The catcher batting 181. Why does Tom Murphy sound familiar? Was he at one of our clubs, I wonder? Was he at the Mets, maybe? Anyway, he lines it out to Billy Hamilton. That is 1 away. And Greg Allen comes in. He is 0 for 1 to face Duplantier. 2-2's the count. That's a ground ball. Bo has it over to first mate. And not the best throw, but Vlad Jr. has it. And that is 2 away. Berardi comes in. He is 0 for 1 today as well. 1-2 is the count. And that's another ball for Bo over to Vlad. And that'll do it. 3 up, 3 down. Simple as you like. And we go to the bottom of the third. McQuaid comes in now. He's 0 for 1 today. 3-0 is the count. Get yourself on base here, William. There we go. He does just that. Draws the walk. Up comes Vlad. He is 0 for 1 today. First pitch swing. Vlad pops it up into right field. I think he's going to get caught. He is. And McQuaid will stay at first. And that's 1 away. And in comes Rowdy Tellez, who of course got the single last time up. First pitch swing. Tellez. Has he got another single? He has. He drops it into right field. Is McQuaid going to get to third? He is. Runners at the corners with 1 out. And Matt Beattie now has a chance. What did he happen to? Oh, he got a sac fly last time. Did he? No. I forget what happened to Beattie. Anyway, he got a walked, I think. 1-0 is the count. Can he drive in some runs? Matt Beattie rips it over shortstop. That's going to score 1. Tellez will stop at second, will he? Yes, he does. It's 4-0 to the Blue Jays. And Josh Grosjean, who's 0 for 1, comes in. 1 out, runners at first and second. Grosjean pops it up into left field. That'll be caught. That'll be 2 away. Runners will stay where they are. Excuse me. And it is Reese McGuire, the catcher, with a chance. He had a sac fly last time up. A full count. 2 out, runners at first and second. And McGuire draws a walk to load the bases for Randall Grieshuk. We know he has it. He can go deep. He's 1 for 1 today. 1-1's the count. 2 out, loaded bases. Randall Grieshuk grounds it straight back to the pitcher, and that'll end the innings. Give him the big build-up, and he goes and does that. But we had a run on. We're 4-0 up after 3. Duplantier to face Lindor, who's 0 for 1 today. 1-2 is the count. And that is 4-1. Absolutely massive. A third tierer for Lindor. Oh dear, Duplantier. Oh dear. Absolutely massive. Absolutely massive. Well, there you go. At least there was no one on base. It brings up Nolan Jones, who's 0 for 1. 2-2's the count. Come on, John. Get back on it, mate. There it is. A strikeout. His third of the game. And Dietrich comes up. He walked. No, he got hit last time, didn't he? 2-2's the count. This time he strikes out. That's 2 away. This is a good comeback from Duplantier. And Dozier comes up. Did he sack bunt last time? I think that's why he's 0 for 0. That's hit quite well into right field, but straight to Grieshuk. That ends the innings. They pull 1 back. But we still have a 3-run lead, and Billy Hamilton's at the plate. He hit the RBI double last time up. 2-2's the count this time, and Billy Hamilton gets a piece of it, but straight to first base, and that's 1 away. Brings up Bo Bichette, who is 0 for 2 today. 3-1 is the count. And Bo draws the 1-out walk. McQuaid comes up. He's 0 for 1 today. Full count. It's a strikeout, but Bichette steals second in the process. And with 2-out runner at second, it's Vlad Jr. who's 0 for 2. Come on, Vladdy boy. 1-0's the count. Vlad Jr. Vlad Jr. Welcome back from injury, mate. That's a 2-run home run. It's 6-1. 431 feet. He's on a 14-game hit streak. And he's just that good, isn't he? Vlad Jr., you're an absolute god, mate. An absolute god. Rowdy Tellez comes in. He's 2 for 2 to face the new man, Logan Allen. 2-1 is the count. No one on, of course, after Vlad cleared the bases for him. And that's back up the middle. And Tellez goes 3 for 3. Well, there you go. Good to have Tellez back as well. A little bit overshadowed by Vlad, perhaps, but still doing a wonderful job. Beattie comes in. He's 1 for 1. Full count. And he draws a walk. That puts 2 on, 2 out, and it brings Grosjean to the plate. Hasn't had a great day so far, but maybe this is where he turns it all around. He gets it up the middle. Yes, he does turn it around. Is that going to score Tellez? I don't know if he's quick enough. He's coming home. Is he going to get there? He is. An RBI single for Jordan Grosjean. Makes it 7-1. And the bats just might be starting to wake up. You get Vlad back in the lineup and suddenly everybody's confident again. Reese McGuire He's had a walk and a sac fly. He's hit that quite well into left field, but again, straight to the fielder, and that'll end the innings. But 3 more runs. It's 7-1. Duplantier to face Friedman, who's 0 for 1. 1 and 2's the count, and Duplantier has a ground ball. Bichette over to Vlad, mate. There it is, and that is 1 away. Brian Buxton now, who's 0 for 1. 2 and 2's the count. What can Duplantier do with him here? Sitting down, mate. He does just that. A wonderful pitch. Tied him in a knot. And Tom Murphy comes in now. He's 0 for 1. 1 and 1 is the count. 2 out, no one on. Duplantier, another little swingy bump thing. Maguire has it over to first, and that'll do it. A very quick 5th. You love to see it, and that is still a 7-1 lead for the Blue Jays with Grishuk to lead us off. 1 for 2 he is today. Full count. Grishuk strikes out, and that is 1 away. Billy Hamilton, who is 1 and for 2 today, sorry, I should say. 2 and 2's the count. He strikes it. Oh, it's back to the good old Grishuk and Hamilton double act. And Bo Bichette with 2 out, no one on. He's 0 for 2. First pitch swing. What can Bo do with it? It's a, I tell you what, it's a well-hit ball to the shortstop. Is it an error? Is it a hit? It's an infield single. Well done, Bo. And William McQuaid comes up now. Runner at first. First pitch swing. Bo goes for second. Is he going to get there? He is. And they throw it away. He's going to get to third as well. Well, that's worked out nicely for us, hasn't it? Suddenly, we've got the runner at third, and McQuaid with a base hit can drive in a run. 2 and 2's the count. McQuaid strikes out, though, and that'll do it for the 5th. We don't add to our lead. We're still 7-1 up. And Greg Allen will lead them off to face Duplantier. Greg Allen is 0 for 2. 2 and 1 is the count. That is a ground ball to Vlad over to first mate, and that'll do it for out number 1. Berardi comes in. He's 0 for 2 today. First pitch swing from him as well. That is in the hole, is it? Yes, it is, and it's a second hit given up for Duplantier. And it's going to be home run hitting Lindor coming up. He's 1 for 2 with that massive home run last time up, of course. This time up, he tries to go the other way. Beatty's out there. He should have a simple catch. He does. That'll be 2 away. Runner stays at first. And Nolan Jones with 2 out, 1 on. He's over 2 today. And Duplantier gets the ground ball there to McQuaid. And that will do it for the 6th. It's been a really, really good outing from Duplantier. This is what he should be able to do. Attribute-wise, he's quite good. Vlad Jr. to lead us off. He hit a home run last time up, of course. 0 and 1 is the count. Vlad Jr. Oh, he's done that again. Vlad Jr. Too good. He's cheating. It's cheating to have him in the team. A second home run in a row for Vlad Jr. 6th of the season. It's a shame he was injured for so long. He's not going to get his 40-odd home runs this year. I'd be shocked if he did. It'd be a wonderful achievement if he could. But it's 8-1 now. And it's Rowdy Tellez who is 3 for 3 to see what he can do. Come on, mate. Whatever Vlad can do, you can do as well. No, you can't. He tried, but he's popped it up. And that will be 1 away as Tellez goes back to the dugout. Matt Beatty, who is 1 for 1 with a couple of walks. 1 and 2 is the count. And Beatty strikes out for 2 away. Bringing up Jordan Groshans, who hit the RBI single last time up. First pitch swing this time. Groshans drowns at the shortstop. And that'll do it for the 6th. We tack on a run thanks to Vlad Jr. though. It's 8-1. And as we go into the 7th, Duplantier continues to Dietrich, who is 0 for 1 today. 1 and 1's the count. That is lined to McQuaid at second. Simple catch, and that is 1 away. Dozier comes up now to face the new man, Elvis Luciano. A first look at him in the Major League team, I think. Dozier is 0 for 1. And let's see what Elvis can do. Elvis is in the building. And that is a ground ball to Bo over to first, and that is 1 away. Excellent stuff. Freeman comes in now. He's 0 for 2. Let's see what Luciano can do with him. First pitch swing. 2 out, no one on. That is a ground ball to Bo, and that should end it for the 7th. We stretch with a 7-run lead. 8-1. 10 hits to 2. Errors is tied at 1, but we'll let them have that one. Logan Allen to continue to Reese Maguire, who is 0 for 1. First pitch swing by Reese. Maguire has popped it up. And that'll be caught out there in left field. Oh, it's not. It's dropped. It's a terrible error. A terrible error. And Maguire stands at first. Now they're winning errors. You told him you could have that one. Ethan Hankins comes in to face Randall Grishuk. He's 1 for 3 today. 3 and 0 is the count. Is Randall going to draw himself a walk here? He is. Suddenly there's 2 on, no one out. And it's Billy Hamilton who is 1 for 3. Use your power, Billy. He grounds it to first base. Is that going to be a double? Run, Hamilton. He beats it out. So just the 1 away. Runners at the corners. And it's Bo Bichette who is 1 for 3 with a chance to add some runs here. Bo Bichette! Oh, he has sent it out of the stadium. It is a 3-run home run for Bo. A 10th homer of the season off the foul ball line apparently. It's a 371-foot home run. It's 11-1. And Bo Bichette adds a home run to the tally. Alright, William McQuaid now. He's 0 for 3. What can he do against a right-handed pitcher? He can pop it up into left field, and that will be 2 away. And it's going to bring up Vlad Jr. looking for a 3rd home run in a row. 3-1 is the count. Can Vlad do it? No, he can't. They walk him instead. They're scared of you, Vlad. And it's going to bring up Rowdy Tellez, who is 3 for 4 today. What can Rowdy do? 0-2 is the count. Tellez has hit it deep. It's a good catch out there in right field. Robbed of extra bases. But 3 runs cross the plate thanks to Bo Bichette's home run. It's 11-1. Luciano to continue to Buxton, who is 0 for 2 today. 0-2 is the count. Make that 0-3 because he is out. A strikeout for Luciano. Tom Murphy comes in. Count is 0-2 on him as well. And Luciano has himself another strikeout. He is looking the money. It's Greg Allen now, who's 0 for 3 today. First pitch swing from him. What can Elvis do with him? It's lined out to Bo. That ends the top of the 8th. It's still 11-1. And dare I say, we might have a nice comfortable victory here. Matt Beatty, who is 1 for 2 today. Sorry, full count. And Beatty gets struck. Disgusting. And that is about the 3rd time, I think, today he's been given first base. Grosjean comes up now. He's 1 for 4 today. 2-2 is the count. Grosjean pops it up into right field. Beatty goes back to first, and that will be 1 away. Going to bring up the catcher now, Reese Maguire, who is 0 for 2 today. 1-0 is the count. Can Maguire get himself a hit? He cannot. Is that going to be a double play? It is not. We just about get away with that. That's 2 out now for Randall Grieshuk. He is 1 for 3 today. Randall Grieshuk grounds it to first, and that'll end the 8th. That will probably be the last, well, better be the last time we bat. It's 11-1. Luciano to continue to Berardi, who is 1 for 3 today. Full count on the leadoff man. Come on, Elvis. Have him, mate. He doesn't have him. It's a leadoff walk. And Emiliano Vargas comes in. His ERA is just under 5 this year. Hasn't been as good as I would ideally have liked. He's going to face Lindor first up. 3-1's the count on him. Let's see what Vargas can do. That could be a double play. There's 1. There is 2. And we do get the double play. They're down to their final out. Excellent work by Bo and William there, and it brings up Nolan Jones, who's 0 for 3. Can Vargas end this? It's 3-1, 2 out, no one on. And he walks him. Dietrich comes in now. He is 0 for 2 today. First pitch swing, runner at first, 2 out. That is ripped down the first base line. Vlad couldn't have an easier play, and we've beaten the Indians 11-1. Well, I tell you what, you put Vlad back in that lineup, and suddenly we look a very good team again. Tellez back as well. Bo Bichette's hitting. That all looked very, very nice indeed, didn't it? So there we go. We are still top of the division, 7 games clear. And you start to wonder, can anything stop us? Not even injuries. Maybe injuries can stop us. But Nate's back soon. It's all coming up, Blue Jays, isn't it? Anyway, guys, that's it for today. If you have enjoyed that, please do hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. And we'll be back next time. We'll wrap up the All-Star game, see how many players we get into that All-Star game. And then we'll head off to Indianapolis to face the Mavericks. In the beginning of not really the second half of the season, but post All-Star break. Until then, guys, I've been Aussie. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care.